On the 5 new cases, NCDC said 2 cases were recorded in Lagos and Kwara states, while the last infection was discovered in Katsina state. As of Sunday night, the NCDC noted that 19 states and the FCT have recorded at least 1 confirmed case of coronavirus. It revealed that the death toll stood at 10, while 15 more people recovered from the disease, bringing the total number of those who have been discharged to 85. Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, expressed appreciation to state governors for their continuous enforcement of lockdown order, which he said will help curtail the spread of coronavirus. He said the task force will continue to evaluate the impact of the lockdown order and level of compliance.
We are in a difficult moment, fighting an enemy that is unseen, that is reckless, that is vicious in its spread and in its attack on our wealth and our health. I think Nigerians would not want another seen enemy wanting to intrude into their affairs.
Minister of Health Dr. Saigi Hanire said the Presidential Task Force is working out compensation packages for health workers. Dr. Hanire also cleared grey areas, especially on the issue of face masks.
It is important that we continue to maintain physical distancing of about 6 feet and implement the hand washing and respiratory hygiene at all times and in all places. One additional way thought to protect against infection is the use of face mask, and it includes also the improvised homemade face mask or anything that covers your face, even a handkerchief or a scarf.
Other members of the task force also briefed newsmen. Elsewhere, the task force on COVID-19 in Kaduna State has expressed concern that the risk assessment of the pandemic is troubling, as there could be as high as 57,000 new cases in the state if there is no effective enforcement and implementation of the lockdown order. This concerns follows the 6th confirmed COVID-19 case involving a male patient who returned from Lagos State to Kaduna with a commercial vehicle after he tested positive for the deadly disease.
The essence of this tour is to ensure that there is compliance to the quarantine imposed on the state by Kaduna State government. At some point, we have to turn people back because COVID-19 is not a joke, it's not a fiction, it's something that is real. The risk assessment of Kaduna State is troubling. It's about 57,000. So you can see that we have to work very, very hard.
Governor Dakpo Abiodun has commended the State Police Command for ensuring adherence to directive of the state government to flush out those turning the sit-at-home order to a criminal enterprise. Similarly, the Special Task Force on COVID-19 in Sokoto State has enforced the border closure with Niger Republic by the state government as part of measures to prevent the spread of coronavirus.
We have over 350 confirmed cases in the Niger Republic. So this also is a very important point to look at and watch over to ensure that we safeguard the entry of people, knowing that the number of cases in Niger Republic is also rising.
In another development, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has tested negative for coronavirus. In a related development, Niger State Government has concluded the tracing of 53 people who had possible contact with the confirmed COVID-19 case in Limawa area of the state. In Cross River State, the government has purchased food items to be distributed to the vulnerable in the state following Governor Ben Ayande's executive order on COVID-19. The food items ranging from yam, gari, tomatoes, potatoes, oil, amongst others, are to be distributed in the coming days to indigent families across the 18 local government areas using a register that contains duties of those that fall into the category. Finally, the Nigerian Air Force has commenced distribution of oxygen to isolation centers and designated hospitals across the country to boost the fight against coronavirus disease. Roseline Ebhoramen reporting.